am the Senior National Security Fellow for the Center for Immigration Studies, last 5 years. Prior to that, I worked for almost 10 years for the Texas Department of Public Safety Intelligence Counterterrorism Division, managing analysts over there. And then for 23 years before that, I was a reporter, newspaper guy. So I am a recovering journalist. I'm kind of back to doing journalistic-y things for my think tank, Center for Immigration Studies. We put out reporting about policies and information related to immigration of all sorts, legal and illegal immigration, and mainly for public lawmakers, for government officials. It's based in D.C. Our motto is pro-immigrant, low immigration. I was primarily involved in counterterrorism. So I ran the agency's counterterrorism programs in a fusion center in Austin, here in Austin, with all of our federal partners, 15 different agencies, all under one roof, including, FBI and all of the DHS agencies, ICE, Border Patrol, lots of state agencies in there as well, DEA, CIA. Everybody's there under one roof, working together on, Texas is very diverse, I'll just say that. We have lots and lots of crazies here, no shortage. So there's always a lot of work to do. On Inauguration Day, literally on that day, you can track it right to that day and hour, where you had tens of thousands of immigrants piled up on the border waiting for the transition power. And then the second the switch flicked, they started pouring in. And after we saw the administration tear huge exemptions in the pushback policies, mainly for family units and for unaccompanied minors, pregnant women, extracontinentals from all over the world, all of a sudden, they were told explicitly that you will all be allowed in. So then within several months, we had hundreds of thousands just pouring in. You had Border Patrol agents who just a couple months earlier, their job was to run them down, chase them down, catch them, and throw them back into Mexico. We're now under new orders to process them in. So they then had to be pulled off the line from those old duties to rubber stamp people by the thousands in to the country. It's to this day, 3 years straight, just poor people pouring in, and Border Patrol agents just kind of like running the turnstile, letting them in. And that's really what the problem is. It's a policy issue where when you let them in, you will invite the whole world. Not since Ellis Island have we had a flow like this coming into the country. I do know that cities across the country are absolutely in great pain from unfunded, unplanned fiscal burdens from this. And that's why you hear Chicago, New York, Denver, Boston, Washington, D.C., and all these other cities just screaming because it's costing them billions and billions of dollars. The numbers of people they got to live somewhere and they got to go somewhere. So they're going to the sanctuary cities, the places that give them the most stuff. When a city gives them all the stuff for 2 years, rent, food, clothing, shelter, everything they need, they send that information back down to the village, and the village empties out and goes to the place where they're giving all that up. And so, it's kind of the self-fulfilling kind of problem. Now, we're going to have crime that was avoidable and unnecessary. We're seeing that already all across the country. We're going to see our criminal justice system jammed up. Not enough judges, not enough prosecutors, not enough jail space. All of that is going to have to expand to accommodate this for as long as it lasts and keeps going. These are strangers coming in here who are unvetted. Whatever they tell you for criminal history, you can't vet a Sudanese migrant. You can't vet Syrians or Iranians. You can't really do anything except that they gave you the name Mickey Mouse and they have no ID and put them through the turnstile. So I could see where, you know, all of those guys would want to just throw up their hands and just say, let them all in and keep your fingers crossed. I think that's what's happening. I say we caught 350 on the terror watch list, but we've had 2 million get away undetected, unapprehended into the interior. So if we caught 350, I can pretty much guarantee you that we have had guys on that FBI watch list that never got apprehended. They are in. There are a lot of problems with having a mass migration crisis of this magnitude. A lot of problems, and not just normal public safety problems, but we are going to have national security problems for years to come over this, in addition to the completely unnecessary crime. They are staying because we're not deporting anywhere near as many as that we're letting in, so your odds are extremely high. What you have to do then is lower the odds that they're going to get in and stay in free. And the way to do that is to reinstitute Remain in Mexico on a massive scale right away, and start deporting and detaining as many as you possibly can for the length of time that is lawfully allowed, which is all the way to the end of their adjudication, and it's over. One other thing about that is, you know, those policies that I just described, they require cooperation from Mexico and to a larger extent Panama and Costa Rica and Colombia and some of these supposedly allied partners of ours. All of them have to be made to cooperate with us. And I mean by using economic sticks. You know, we're going to shut down all your commerce. We're going to put tariffs on you unless you take them all back. So my book is called Overrun. It's the only book out there that documents and establishes all things that the public needs to know about this particular mass migration crisis, which is the greatest in U.S. history by every metric. It's the only book that actually documents how it started, what it looked like on the ground, and how to get out of it.